You don't call it the fighting first for nothing.
Let me ask this question. This is another curveball. We're kind of coming up to the end, but I wanted to get this one in there because I think it's interesting. We talked about North State. The state of Jefferson is a big thing that we hear a lot up here. A lot of folks believe that, given the differences in the North State between what we have up here versus what the Bay Area is like or Southern California. How do you feel about the state of Jefferson? Do you think that's something that is a legitimate goal? Do you think it's something that is at some point going to be a reality, or would you fight for that? Would you be interested in it? What do you think about that?
So I think, Mike, it's important to start with this question on, like we started in all questions, is thinking about the perspectives of the people who are advocating for that, right? And the folks that are advocating for the state of Jefferson feel forgotten, and they feel left behind. They feel ignored by Sacramento, ignored by Washington. They feel like the southern half of the state is stealing our resources. And so I think it's important to start there and look at that and look at what I believe the roots of the problem to be. 17% of the folks in our district are living below the poverty line. Only 1/3 of our district has an associate's degree or higher. The system isn't working for a lot of folks who live here in the first district. And so I believe that California is stronger together. And I would hope that we stay as a state together. But I think it's important to recognize and honor the frustrations that are causing people to want to be their own state and work at a state level and at a federal level to make sure that we can address some of those underlying issues.
Yeah, the motivations rather than the reality of the state of Jefferson. What is driving that state of Jefferson desire among the people that are really proponents for it?
That's what I think about it.
Yeah.
Could you make a deal for them? I mean, because it seems like the leadership that courts them, they haven't done anything for them really. So they know that there's a continuance of courtship there, that they can always go to them and say, well, keep fighting. But it's an interesting group. And another interesting thing is like the county of Shasta, which is very important to you because it is a very Republican, it's the highest percentage Republican county for you working in there. But that county passed marijuana. And I mean, and it's like doing really well. Yeah. Like they're not having problems and they're making a lot of money. And I'm kind of confused by that, Mike, of like, how is this area that pretty much goes almost 70% Republican, but it was one of the only areas to pass marijuana legislation and now has small business, jobs, a year's worth of revenue coming in 3 months. And
I'm not sure marijuana is a partisan issue anymore. I mean, is it? I mean, it was always this idea that it was a hippie left wing, Well,
if they can get behind, so I guess my point is, if they can get behind something like that, I feel like then we can start working. We can start, now we can start having discussions, because if ultimately they're about jobs, they're about opportunity, and they're about smart growth, then maybe we can, sit down and make some better opportunities for us.
And is that really what it comes down to? I mean, really just pursuing those opportunities regardless of where they come from, do you think?
And it starts by showing up. Yeah. Right? And it starts by showing up and saying, hey, we're not here pushing our extreme left agenda, and we're not here to make you exactly the same as us, and we're not here to take away your guns. It starts by us showing up and saying, hey, we want to make the North State better. We want to make sure that your cities don't go bankrupt. We want to make sure that there are jobs in your rural areas. We want to make sure that our dams aren't collapsing, and that our young people can get a good education, and that you don't die because you don't have health care. It starts by showing up and talking about the things that matter. And so I'm excited to get to the parts of our district where the state of Jefferson mentality is prevalent, and start and talk to them and sit down and say, this is who I am and this is where I'm at. Who are you? Where are you at?